Mentioned the other night. Now that it's official, what can you say about that matchup?
Well, one, so much respect for Bob Huggins and what he's done in his career, but as a person, I love him, and being in the Big 12, we certainly know each other, and I think it's going to be. Think about it. You couple that with the football game, the opener there, and then they will come to us sometime. I guess the end of January. We know his style. We understand that, and I think our fans will love it and look forward to that game.
Is that something with this challenge, you try and stack the better teams against each other? So what does that say about your program, that you get one of the better teams out of the Big 12?
Well, you know what, I do think that, that's what I think every coach in the country wants to do. They want to get their team in a position that when people, before the season starts, they think highly of them, but then you've got to go out and play it, wherever you're rated. And we proved that year that this year it doesn't really matter, but the fact is the players deserve the credit for putting ourselves in a position to be able to get matched up against someone like West Virginia.
This is obviously the hometown of Fulkerson. Can you just kind of talk about obviously some struggles at the end of the year? What are you hoping to see in his development coming up this year?
Well, I think one, he had those injuries, and I do think it affected him psychologically, and I think that you can't miss 9.5, 10 months, and that's what he pretty much missed, and then come back. But he had a good spring. I think he's understanding that, I think he missed it, and I think that when he came back, he wanted to hopefully come back and start where he was as a freshman, the way he was playing before he got hurt, but that didn't happen. But I think I actually thought he started turning the corner late in the year, and he carried that into the spring, and we'll be back together in about a week, and I know that he's been working hard like the rest of our guys, and I know he's excited to get back and really be competitive.
Coach, you mentioned the 10 months off. He rode in his skill set, I presume, but as much as he might on your team, he probably needed a summer in the weight room, and to not get that, how much do you think that kind of retarded his development?
Well, I think it set him back, but you think about it, he's a sophomore this year, and so I do. And the fact is, when I say missed 10 months because of the nature of his injuries, he couldn't do a whole lot, and he did as much as he possibly could with his lower body, which he needed that work, and I do think that benefited him. But still, from the psychological standpoint, I do think it was tough on him. But I'm happy with the way that he went after it in the spring. He started really putting the kind of quality time into the gym that you need to do that. But I think really in his mindset, he's gotten over what happened. And again, that was pretty tough. But I expect him to have a really terrific year this year.
This opportunity Lamonte has to